Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. If there is one person in the Russian leadership that I would trust the most, or I would pay attention to what he says the most, because when he tells you something that will happen, so if he tells you that he's going to give you $1, he's going to give you that dollar. And if he's going to tell you that he's going to take $1 from you, he's going to take $1 from you. That is Dmitry Medvedev, former president and prime minister of whatever he was, Russia Federation, wasn't he? Yeah. So that guy, so far, whenever he said something that happened, it happened. The consequences that he threatened or warned about occurred. I did not know, either did the West, know about this guy being like that. He was considered, Dmitry Medvedev, was considered the most pro-Western member of the Russian leadership. And if you listen to him, he's on the same level with former Colonel Lebedev, or Lebed, whatever his name was, and Zhirinovsky, if you know about Zhirinovsky. Well, that's exactly, he was the former president of the Communist Party, I think. He died this year, a few months ago, Zhirinovsky. So, like Lukashenko, straight, and you take that to the bank. And he's threatening right now the Ukrainians and anybody else, in this case Ukrainians, with nuclear weapons. But he's doing it, I gotta tell you, very elevated, very smoothly. He's not telling you, hey man, we're gonna bomb the shit out of you. Not like that. He's just making a very nice, smooth, logical transition of events. And he's gonna tell you, if this happens, you're gonna turn into this, and this is obviously gonna turn into this, and because we have this doctrine, it's gonna turn into this. So he's not telling you, if you do this, we're gonna fuck you up. No, not like that. He's smooth. He is smooth. I have to agree with my assessment, obviously. So let's see what he says. All right. Ukrainska Pravda reports on November 1st, 2022. Medvedev threatens Ukraine with nuclear weapons for liberating its land. Correct. That's exactly what he's saying, but smoother. So, Dmitry Medvedev, deputy chairman of the Security Council of the Russian Federation, has announced that Ukraine's liberation of its territory is a quote-unquote direct reason for Russia to use nuclear weapons. Makes sense. The problem that you might have is, hey, how did you get those territories? That's the only question. And then there's another conversation about that, if you want to have it. So, quote from Medvedev, very smooth. He starts like this. The well-known thesis of Western countries is Russia cannot be allowed to win the war. Got it so far? Correct. But what does that really mean? He's going to provide us with the answer. Follow simple formal logic. If Russia does not win, then obviously Ukraine will. Correct? Simple logic. Ukraine's goal in the war has been stated by the Kiev regime to take back all the territories that previously belonged to it. Correct? Correct. That is, to tear them away from Russia. Now that is a threat to the existence of our state and the disintegration of present-day Russia. That's this. And he says, and that means it is a direct reason for the application of Clause 19, not clause, Clause 19 of the basic principles of the state policy of the Russian Federation on nuclear deterrence. How smooth that was. So you got it. And I stated this for so long so far. Once they grabbed that, they did a referenda, which is in their eyes legal. The people said, we don't want to be with you because you kill us. So we're going to go with these ones because they don't kill us. They defend us. Okay, so they got, and they said, okay, legally, self-determination, UN Charter, excellent, Kosovo, you like Kosovo, you must like this one here too. No way we don't like it, because we have preferential and situational values, the West. Okay, whenever it fits interest, we use values. When it doesn't fit, no, we don't use this. Okay, so it should work that way. And they grabbed and say, okay, now the people voted, we got them, and we're going to protect our population. Is their population and used to be their lands, if you want to be straight to that. When was Ukraine formed? 1918. Look how it was formed and what it was before. And these territories belonged to whom before that? So, and the same with many other, with Crimea, with Moldova, southern part of Moldova, with Bessarabia, with the Transcarpathia, and so on. There's many territories that were from pluribus unum. Now that's exactly what it is. And it's not the United States, as you know, the eagle has his little band here, I think, saying e pluribum unus, from many, one. Ukraine, from many, grabbed, one, Ukraine. There you go. So, obviously, these guys, we got this. This is part of Russia. You attack it and you take it, that's dismembering our state. That goes straight to the clause 19, saying that we are entitled to use nuclear weapons if we feel fit, if we decide to do it. So yeah, that's I don't know what the big deal is in this. Where's the misunderstanding on this? So it says here that details. At the same time, the Russian politician declares quite seriously that by acting like this, Ukraine is, quote-unquote, planning a nuclear conflict. What is this if not a direct provocation, I'm quoting, of a world war involving nuclear weapons, end quotation. According to Medvedev, Western countries are pushing the world towards a global war. Yeah, if they're going to win, we're going to use that. So, and then you're going to use that, and we're going to use that, and that's it. He also stated that, quote-unquote, only Russia's complete and final victory is a guarantee against a global conflict, end quote. What do you want? And remember, when I said that take these guys' statements to the bank, I'm going to give you another example when Medvedev came forward and said, if you guys are going to do this, we're going to do this. That means if you pinch us here, or here, we're going to, okay? So this is what happened. Medvedev said, if you guys, referring to the Ukrainians or their sponsors, are going to destroy or attack the Kerch Bridge, the Crimean Bridge, it's going to be the doomsday for you. You will have no place to hide. We're going to blow you up. We're going to attack everything we got. No, everybody said it was going to be bad. Well, that happened, I think, on the 8th of October or something like that. And in the 10th, the Russians started bombarding the critical infrastructure of Ukraine. And since then, until now, 20 days or so, 21 days or whatever days, the Russians destroyed 40% of the critical infrastructure of Ukraine. 400,000 households in Kiev area, Oblast, were left without electricity. And if the Russians continue, the Ukrainians will not have electricity for weeks. Energy. That's what Medvedev said. If you're going to touch that bridge, this is what's going to happen. Now he says this. Is there a reason why you should say it's just macho, like the Americans said? Some weasel idiots, cretini, idiots. They're just macho. They just so macho. Look what's happening with the Ukrainian nation right now, you macho mofos. Look what's happening right now, macho. They blow up everything. What are you going to say now? Still macho, just tough talk? And remember, this is Medvedev. He said something before we're going to go up for the Kerch Bridge. I can't remember right now. But it was something along the same line. If you guys are going to do this, we're going to do this. And they did exactly that. This guy has a very, has a high credibility rating in that aspect. You're going to do this, we're going to do this. So yeah. Smooth and nice. There's no way that your victory meaning blowing up the world. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.